Good afternoon and welcome to the Findlay Recreation Center in Portland and the Westbrook College Television Network. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper as we get set for the men's matchup here this afternoon on a very snowy December afternoon. Today it's 7-2 Castleton State visiting Westbrook College. The Wildcats come in 4-3, but both these teams 2-0 inside the Mayflower Conference and a very big early December matchup inside the conference. Of course, the Wildcats struggling last week against Farmington, a big loss up at UMF, and Derek Vogel, the All-American, held to only 12 points. So obviously Coach Graffam wants to get him into the scoring column and get him going early. Vogel coming in averaging just under 30 points per game. And for the other side of the coin, Castleton State, they got a couple of key players. Matt Parker averaging 17 a game. Alan LaRoche, his 5'8" senior, averaging 16 a game. Those two can light it up from outside. Parker can go inside and out. Has a game similar to Derek Vogel's. And of course, Castleton State also has the likes of Jason Casarino, a guy who can really shoot it from outside. They have 4 or 5 players who can shoot the long ball. Westbrook College also looking to get more consistent scoring from their big guy, Eric Workin. Workin has been coming on of late and been playing some very good basketball. They'll also look to get help from the McClure brothers. Corey McClure, their leading scorer against Farmington, he had 13 points. Again, it's a big conference matchup here in early December. We'll take a break. Back with the opening tip-off right after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with cameraman Steve Poulos as we get set for 7-2 Castleton State taking on 4-3 Westbrook College. Both teams unbeaten inside the conference. And both teams coming in 2-0 in the Mayflower Conference in a big early December matchup between these two very tough and feisty teams. They've had some great battles over the 6-year tenure of the Wildcats inside the Mayflower Conference. And of course, head coach of Castleton State, Dave Blake, is a very familiar foe for head coach JimGraffam. And there's been some great battles waged between Westbrook College and Castleton State. Starters being introduced right now for Castleton State: Justin Brink, number 25, along with Jason Casarino, number 15. Anthony Higgins, the big 6'9" center out of West Rutland, Vermont. Alan LaRoche, the 5'8" senior from Colchester, Vermont, averaging 16 a game. And Matt Parker, 6'2" senior from Chester, Vermont, averaging 17 a game. And of course, first out for the Wildcats, number 11, Andy Lennon. He is a leader, point guard, senior, along with Derek Vogel, averaging about 28 a game after having a very tough outing with only 12 points against Farmington the other night. Corey McClure, Aaron McClure, along with Eric Workin, the other starters for the Wildcats, who are hobbled just a bit. Ben Nosek, broken foot, out of the lineup. Nate Esty still banged up, his foot bothering him. He is unable to go this afternoon. So the Wildcats don't have the bodies and the numbers to go to, and they'll miss the size of both Esty and Nosek against a very tall and tough Castleton State team. Pretty good crowd on hand considering the winter storm going on outside. Casarino and LaRoche can both launch the three. Great outside shooters. And Higgins and Brink can get it done down inside the paint. And they'll look for help from, of course, Matt Parker, their leading scorer, the senior guard. Wildcats control, it's Vogel. Lennon sets the offense, looking for play 2, and obviously they want to set up Vogel, get him in the scoring early. His shot no good, and rebound controlled by LaRoche. Hard push with Lennon, and now gets help from Vogel. Good help defense. They go inside, and the pass not contained by Justin Brink. out of bounds, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. Full court pressure, and the Wildcats break it rather easily. Corey McClure, 3 ball. Got it. 3-0, Westbrook College. McClure, leading scorer against Farmington the other night, had 13 points as he's starting to regain his offensive scoring. Casarino from way downtown, back in your face. Casarino can shoot. Vogel out ahead of the pack, good head fake, and draws a foul on Higgins, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Vogel makes his first. One of 2, the long rebound tapped out, and guard LaRoche. Long court pass down for Parker. Parker up, no good, as Aaron McClure got back, put a hand on it. Pass stolen by Casarino. Cross-court, Brink left alone, 15-footer from the baseline, no good. Vogel the rebound, finds Lennon. Aaron McClure goes down for Workin. Workin nicely taps it out. Corey McClure. Basket will count. A very long time for the official to make his call. Calls it on LaRoche. Almost looked like a charging call, but LaRoche covering Lennon committed the foul, and then Lennon plowed into Parker. Lane violation called on Matt Parker, and Andy Lennon will get another free throw. Lennon makes the second chance opportunity, and it's 7-3 Westbrook College. Full court pressure, and the Spartans get it over the timeline and set up the offense. Casarino drives in baseline, around, finds LaRoche, open for a 3, no good. Ball tipped, and Andy Lennon, though, takes it away. Long court pass up for Aaron McClure. Cross court for Vogel. Vogel, body control, window, 2 points. 9-3. Casarino again, baseline, kicks this time for Parker. Parker, nice step-in move. 9-5. Long court pass up for Workin. Work it up. Dunk. And 2 for the 6'7" center from Montpelier, Vermont. Vogel with Casarino. And the foul will be called on Aaron McClure as he's trying to get to the ball. And Coach Graffam comes with his 3 fresh bodies. Chris Lotus, the big guy, 41. 10 is Hilchi, 31. Outside shooter, Steve Huntington. Parker kicks, Casarino open. 3 ball, not good, but Huntington commits the foul, and that'll mean 3 free throws for Casarino. Jason Casarino, the senior out of Rutland, Vermont. He's trimmed down a little bit from last year. First look, we've talked about this on occasion. Doesn't look like much of a basketball player, but don't let the looks fool you. The guy can play the game of round ball. Casarino will just continue to step and drop. Again, the foul committed behind the arc. 3 shots, 3 points. And that's the very unique way of converting the 3-point play. Wildcats with numbers. Cross for Hilchey. Hilchey, though, doesn't want to go against the big guy up front. There's the big guy right there, Andy Lennon. All 5'10" of them. He can play in the paint. Lennon, rebound and a bucket. 13-8, Westbrook College. Brink goes baseline. Hangs, doesn't go down. Rebound, Parker. He kicks for LaRoche on top. Kick over, Casarino behind the arc. No good, and Hilchey gets the rebound. The foul called from behind on Justin. It's on Brink. His first personal. Team's third. Vogel working on Brink. Hang time won't go down. And Brink controls the rebound. Brink behind the arc. No good, and Chris Lotus with a rebound. Lennon takes it himself, in and out. Vogel almost had the rebound, and Brink able to knock it away, but he's the one to have last touched it. It'll be Westbrook College basketball. 15:35 to go, first half. Wildcats up 13-8. Backdoor lob for Vogel. Vogel goes up, gets bumped. No call, but he gets the bucket. The All-American, Derek Vogel. Averaging just under 30 points per game. Long shot outside. Matt Parker. Assistant coach Mike Johnson looking for his low post player to get the basketball. They want Lotus to see it down low. Lotus has been a very nice surprise for the Wildcats. This time, though, the bounce dribble. Parker heads up, help side defense, takes it away, but he's going to be called for traveling. The McClure brothers check back in. Lotus and Hilchey will sit back down. So Huntington assumes point guard duties. The freshman. There's Aaron McClure. In and out. Workin, the rebound. Can't get it down. Corey McClure, no good. Workin fighting hard on the glass, but doesn't get rewarded. Good effort, though, by Workin. They need that kind of play out of him. LaRoche goes all the way through the lane, nicely floating through, and it's a 2-point game. Vogel pulls up. Got it. Vogel had 43 points last Saturday here against St. Joe's of Vermont. 22 in the first half, 21 in the second half. Down low for Higgins. His shot no good. There's Parker, though. Weak side. He misses. Working. Takes it down, and foul called. It'll be on Matt Parker. Castleton in his zone defense. Vogel trying to go to work on it. Huntington looking for his outside shot. They call a 3-second violation on Corey McClure. Wildcats drop into their trapping zone defense. Very tough to play zone against this team, and that's why right there. They find someone open for the 3, and he knocks it down. Spartans have 4 of 5 outstanding long-range shooters, and Corey McClure tries to answer back. Long. Vogel retrieves the loose ball. 17-16, Wildcats by 1. Corey McClure fakes, goes inside, has it blocked. Work in the loose ball, put back, and he gets fouled. That's Parker's second personal foul, and he gets a break as head coach Dave Blake replaces him with number 14, Scott Sweeney, the sophomore out of Burlington, Vermont. Eric Workin makes his first free throw. Workin, the American Studies major here at Westbrook College. 6'7" and 2 for him. Back to a 3-point game. Wildcats come with some trapping full court pressure. Sweeney for Cobb, and left alone outside. 3-ball no good. Rebound controlled by Andy Lennon. A 3-on-2 break. Off foot, Aaron McClure pulls up, no good. And the rebound taken down by the Spartans. Inside, Higgins. Nice ball movement by Castleton. Vogel pulls up inside the arc. It rattles in and out. Sweeney left alone. 3-ball. 21-19. Castleton State by 2. Working baseline. Good power move. It won't fall. And Cobb has the rebound. Foul called out on top on Aaron McClure. Down low for Higgins. Great ball movement. Another bucket. That basket has been unrelenting in keeping the ball out of the cylinder. Higgins out top misses, and Wildcats able to get the rebound. Lennon pulls up a 3. Got it. Saw it in the women's game earlier. That basket the Wildcats are shooting at to our left has been very tenacious and kicking the ball back out when the ball's in the cylinder. Lennon the rebound. 3-on-2 break off for Vogel. Up and in. Derek Vogel again using his leaping ability and hang time, body control, and he puts the Wildcats back out on top. 24-23. Sweeney tries, nice dish down work and comes over, help defense. Sweeney back in, and he can't convert the layup. Corey McClure pulls out baseline. Great move. Excuse me, Aaron McClure, and the sophomore. LaRoche trying to get the official to fix the net. Wasting time on his offensive possession, trying to be the good Samaritan. And the referee just ignores him. Sweeney from way downtown. And that ball short. Lennon, the push out in front. Castleton State, nice job getting back defensively. Workin will take it. Got it. Net and all. Timeout on the floor. Castleton State wants the timeout. They get it. And the Wildcats come back from a 4-point deficit to take a 5-point advantage. Head coach JimGraffam in now talking to the 5 that will be on the floor as we come back from this timeout.
Everybody's got a rebound. You're going to see that play coming in on the baseline side, okay? Nice defense. Keep working. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, move your feet, guys. Eric. Assistant coach Bruce Bowers wearing the wireless microphone for our timeouts. And sometimes we pick up Coach Graffam real well, other times we don't. And then right at the end, move your feet, guys. That's Coach Bowers. 9 minutes to play, first half. Wildcats up 28-23. Alan LaRoche, the senior, long ball shooter, doesn't get it though. Hilchey the rebound, kicks for Huntington. Got Lotus up ahead, they don't spot him. Lennon comes in, kicks for Vogel. Vogel, double fake, 3 won't go. Rebound ripped down by James Wynn, the sophomore out of Springfield, Vermont. Cobb, Wynn. Even the big guys will take those long-range shots. Ball control by Castleton State. Wildcats a little small on the defensive glass with Lotus and Vogel, the only 2 big guys on the floor. There's Wynn all alone, and Lotus got there late. Looked like he blocked it. They say he got a piece, and that'll send Wynn to the free throw line, shooting 2. Lotus also a American Studies major here at Westbrook College. Him and Workin, the same majors, as Wynn misses that free throw badly. 1 of 2, and it's 28-24. Huntington, 3-ball, well short. Steve Huntington played his ball at Deering High School, took a year off. Freshman at Westbrook College. He's shown the ability to shoot the 3 with some really strong accuracy. That time he came up way short. First attempt of the day, and LaRoche takes him to the paint, but doesn't come up with it. Loose ball rebound controlled late by Vogel. They got Aaron McClure out ahead. This is 2. Have to give the sophomore the best wingspan and leaping ability on this Wildcat team. When he goes up with authority. And LaRoche tried to get back to stave off the dunk attempt, but even LaRoche cutting in front couldn't stop. Aaron McClure jamming the ball. Parker, nice baseline drive. Might have got away with shuffling the feet. 30-26. Wildcats with the ball in the 4-point lead. Lotus takes it, no good. Parker pulls up. Gets a real nice roll. Basket will count. And a very kind bounce for Parker on that shot. Went high up, came back down, caught the rim, and rolled down in. It's now a 2-point game with 6:56 to go in the half. You're watching Westbrook College basketball on the WC television network. Huntington gets caught up, gets it for Workin. Shot clock down under 20, plenty of time. Lennon goes baseline, no good. Hilchey there for the loose ball, put back, tipped up and in by Eric Workin. Workin starting to find his offense, playing much better as of late. Wildcats really need him. Lennon almost gets the steal, but he'll be called for the foul. Matt Moore, the freshman out of Williamsville, Vermont. Number 12 into the lineup, and Lennon trying to harass the youngster. Parker pulls up. Well short. Hilchey gets the loose ball rebound. They got Vogel down low. DV up, bump, body, basket. 34-28. Down low for Wynn, nice dish over, and the dunk missed, but Wynn there for the putback. Anthony Higgins, 6'9", missing the easy dunk. Big guy couldn't get up from a standing position. It's like he needs a little running start. Got to be embarrassing, but I just like to be in the position to miss one like that. We got Vogel baseline. Big guys coming at him. Shot blocked. Loose ball picked up Workin. Vogel goes back. This time he'll take the body. He'll use the window as he so often does and gets the foul. You might get Vogel once, but very, very rare that you're ever going to get him twice. And Vogel schools Higgins on the second time around. Three-point play finished off by All-American Derek Vogel. And it's 37-30. Wildcats by 7. Nice baseline drive as the freshman Matt Moore converts, and he draws the foul on Corey McClure. Shot missed, and Huntington tracks it down in the corner. Lennon changes the offense, looks for the double low. They go down inside to Workin. Turns around, looks for Vogel. He gets ambushed on the baseline, no call, and Castleton State with a steal. Moore pulls up, rattles in and out. Huntington the rebound. Huntington, a nice dribble, looks down low and has it picked clean. A steal by Downs. Kick for Parker. Huntington flashes out. Matt Parker knocks it down with a hand in his face. It's a 3. Quickly, it's a 2-point game. They got Workin again if they want to give him the ball. Workin muscles it up. A great play, but it won't fall as he got triple teamed as the ball came inside the paint. Looking down for Brink, working on Huntington. And there's a mismatch that Castleton State loved and still loves, and they tie this up at 37. Corey McClure going down low, spinning, up and in. Nice reverse pivot move down in the low post by Corey McClure using the drop step. Foul called, I believe. To check who the foul's on. If that's on Higgins, it's his third. Well, they call it on Moore. His first. Higgins will sit down. Good thing he avoided that foul. I want to pick up your third with only 3 minutes to go in the first half. And Dave Blake smartly sits down Higgins. McClure converts the three-point play. The Wildcats back up by 3. These games so often are game of runs. Tough to run and hide, especially from a potent offensive team like Castleton State. They can shoot outside. Shot no good. Corey McClure, the rebound, covers up nicely. Lennon fakes in. He's going to be trapped, and foul will be called. Sweeney commits the personal foul. Rattles in and out for Lennon, and Cobb picks up the rebound. That'll be traveling on Nystrom. His first entrance into the contest, and he commits the turnover. And that'll get a quick seat on the bench for Eric Nystrom. In for Lotus. Misses. And he'll be called for the foul, going back, crashing on the boards. Seventh team foul, so a 1-on-1 situation now for Jonathan Cobb, 6'6" sophomore. Wildcats 2-0 inside the conference. Wins over Atlantic Union and St. Joe's of Vermont. Castleton also 2-0 in the conference. Wins over Linden State and Notre Dame. Huntington gets the rebound as 1 of 2 made for the Spartans, and it's a 2-point game, 40-38. Huntington will take it, again short. Rebound controlled by LaRoche. Wildcats with a steal. Vogel out ahead. One man getting back. The body control. Lennon the rebound. Put back. Wow. He's something to watch. They're sorely going to miss the Melrose kid out of Melrose, Massachusetts. 5'10" senior. Plays the game like it should be played. Again, Wildcats with some numbers, but not able to convert. Maybe they are. Vogel goes for Wertgen, and foul called down low. And that'll send Derek Vogel to the free throw line. Automatic 2 shots as we're into the double bonus here. Vogel's point production so far this season: 31 at the Husson tournament in the first game against Husson, 30 against Machias, 34 versus Atlantic Union, 37 versus UNE, 17 against St. Joe's of Maine, 43 St. Joe's, Vermont, 12 against Farmington, and well on his way to a 30-plus performance here this afternoon. Looking to shatter Matt Hancock's scoring record inside the state of Maine, and looking to go where no Maine State player has ever gone before, the 3,000 point mark. He has a shot at it. Shot clock down to 6. LaRoche, nice head fake, bang. As he got 6-7, Eric Werken up off the floor. And shot clock's off. We're down to 20 seconds to play in the half. Wildcats with the ball and a 4-point advantage. Lennon will take the 3. No good. McClure, good position for the rebound, but he can't control it. LaRoche pulls up, 3 ball. This could be, ooh, that hurts. That really hurts. And the Wildcats have a chance to go to the locker room up by 6, and instead they're only up 1, and they have 4-4 to go. Good defensive play by Sweeney, charging at Andy Lennon. Lennon didn't expect him there. He walks. So now Castle State with a chance to go to the locker room up. Amazing how quickly this game can turn. Backdoor, Vogels makes the steal. He's got time, looks up at the clock, launches. Let's watch it. Ooh, just a little high off the glass. And that'll do it here in the first half. A good one. No surprise. The familiar Mayflower Conference opponents battling it out. And the end of 20 minutes. Westbrook College 44, Castle State 43. We'll take a break. Back with halftime right after this. Welcome back to the half at the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with you. Westbrook College leading 44-43 as you get a look at Wendy the Wildcat. She gets a little dancing done here at the half. Westbrook College dancing out to a nice lead, but again, a fine effort right at the end of the half by Castleton State, and Alan LaRoche, the senior, burying a 3 and a big steal, and just like that, it's a 1-point game once again. Scoring in the first half, Matt Parker, the leading scorer for Castleton State. He leads the way for the Spartans with 15 points in the half. Right behind him is the second leading scorer, Alan LaRoche. LaRoche with 7. Casarino had 6, a 3 and 3 free throws coming on a 3-point shot, which he was fouled on. He gets it done from behind the arc. 4 points for Higgins, 3 for Wynn, 3 for Sweeney, 2 for Brink, 1 for Cobb, and 2 for Moore. Scoring for the Wildcats in that first half. No surprise that Derek Vogel leads the way with 16 points. The All-American, again, having a strong performance. The 5 starters doing all the scoring for Westbrook College. No bench scoring in that first half. That's got to be a disappointment for Coach JimGraffam. But he's got to like the fact that Andy Lennon and Eric Werken, his other 2 guys that really need to step it up and play consistent, have point production in that first half. Lennon with 10, Werken 8. And then the McClure brothers, Corey with 6, and Aaron with a big dunk and 4 points. For the Wildcats, 44 points. All 44 again scored by the starters. They got to get some bench scoring. Missing Ben Nosak out with a broken foot. Not sure, he should be gone 4 to 6 weeks, so they'll miss him for quite some time. Looking to return sophomore Bob Davies to the lineup after the Christmas break. He will be eligible, and Davies will provide a lot to this Wildcat team. Had a sensational freshman season, and they've missed him sorely here in the first half of the season. They come into this game 4-3, 2-0 in the conference. Castle State out of Vermont coming in 7-2 and 2-0 in the conference. So good matchup, a good game, and a good 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break. Back with the second half right after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation as we get set for second half action. Jay Harper along with cameraman Steve Poulis. And glad you could be with us here on the Westbrook College Television Network. Wildcats leading by 1 as we start the second half. Castleton State will have the basketball. The Spartans coming in 7-2 overall, 2-0 inside the Mayflower Conference. Westbrook College 4-3 overall and 2-0 inside the conference. So a huge Mayflower Conference matchup here on this stormy day in December. Parker had 16 in that first half, and Casarino misses the 3 ball, and it's rebounded by Vogel. Vogel pulls up, doesn't go down. A long rebound over the outstretched hands of Aaron McClure. Wildcats come back with their same 5 starters. They've scored all 44 points. Aaron McClure usually has to cover the best offensive player for the other team, and he does have the duty of Matt Parker. LaRoche, 3 ball, got it. Aaron McClure, nice ball fake, but he can't convert the 16-footer, break the rebound. Castleton State leading 46-44 now. LaRoche takes another 3. Got it. And that time, Andy Lennon a little strong on the overhand pass, and the Wildcats want a timeout as they trail 49-45.
You got to help on LaRoche, okay? Obviously, he can shoot that 3, so hedge out until Andy gets there, right? And then, because your man's not going to shoot a 3, so hedge and help us, and then we'll go from there. We need a stop right here. We need a stop. We've done everything right. We've just given up 2 threes, right? So I'm not worried about it. We had a wide open shot. If the ball reverse there, we get the ball in his hands. Aaron had a wide open shot too. So those things are going to drop. But we need to play D again right here, okay? Come on now. Here we go. Get there, 20. 1, 2, 3. Don't be flat-footed.
So again, listen in on Coach Graffam and the timeout. Staying positive as always, and those shots will drop. And it's the defense, and they got to watch LaRoche. Can't give up any open 3s to that young man. A 1-point lead has quickly become a 5-point disadvantage, and there's a big 2 with authority. Working, streaking the court, stealing and dunking. Wildcats respond defensively. Casarino, though, open for a 3 ball, short. The rebound, loose. Lennon comes away with it. A 3-on-1 for the Wildcats. Vogel bumped, got it. Just like that, the Wildcats roar back. And Vogel will go to the free throw line and a chance to tie. Derek Vogel, and we're tied at 49. LaRoche loses it. He pleads with the official. Andy Lennon struts away with the turnover. So Westbrook College, just like that, right back. Lennon pulls up, short. Vogel, the rebound, loses it, but there's McClure. Aaron misses. Corey gets the rebound. Corey McClure misses. Aaron, rebound. In traffic, in trouble. And they call a foul at the last second. Wildcats very, very fortunate there. Good effort on the glass by the Wildcats, but they got to know what to do with the basketball once they get it. Nobody moving to get open after Aaron McClure was trapped down on the baseline. Vogel looking for the ball. Go inside to Workin. Nice touch pass over to Vogel, but he didn't see it coming. LaRoche finds his way open, but this time he hesitates and gets trapped. (49-49). Parker, a long-range three, no good. Aaron McClure, the rebound. Aaron McClure outside, got it. Aaron McClure is only a sophomore, and he's showing a lot of maturity since last season. Much better going to the basket, and he's improved his outside shooting game. Aaron McClure had some strong words, and totally have to agree. The ball was bounced off his foot, and then Castleton State player smashed into him, trying to push him away so he could get at the ball, and they called a foul on Aaron McClure. Corey McClure and Eric Workin, along with Aaron McClure, all sit down. Lotus, Hilchey, and Huntington come in for the Wildcats. Westbrook College with only 8 players available today. They're all getting plenty of minutes, but scoring only coming from the starting 5. Brink pulls up, won't go down. And the rebound foul called on Cobb. That's Andy Lennon boxing out, giving up about 9 inches. Finally finds Hilchey, he'll take it. No good. Lennon the rebound, down low, up, no good. Vogel back up, and the foul called. Again though, Andy Lennon keeping it alive. Timeout by Castleton State. 15:43 to go, second half. Westbrook College 52 and Castleton State 49.
You're on the ball. That makes it easy. Okay. So you're here. Garrett, I want you to match up back here, okay? So wherever you are, Andy's going to be on the ball side. The ball's going to be taken out over here. Bingo, bingo, right? And the ball's going in here. Chris, don't foul. Don't foul. Just get the guy in the trap and trap it. And then Andy, rotate like a son of a gun. Garrett, you read. You're going to have to wind up guiding a couple of guys, but read the trap. If they got a good one on, step up closer than you would long. Okay. Now listen, this is a huge possession right here. So let's get this done. You're all set, right?
Rotate back.
Go. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Rotate back and steal it.
Derek Vogel now will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Wildcats with Garrett Hilchey, Chris Lotus, Steve Huntington, Andy Lennon, and Derek Vogel on the floor. LaRoche, Brink, Cobb, Parker, and Sweeney out for Dave Blake and the Spartans. Vogel makes them both. It's 54-49. Ball tipped. Vogel can't quite come up with a steal. LaRoche dribbling through traffic. Nice dish down to Parker. Oh, great play by the senior LaRoche. Garrett Hilchey, the 6'2" freshman out of Thomaston, Maine, called for the offensive foul. approach. Shot long. Lennon, nice pull up. Won't go down though. Rebound on the floor. Lotus able to get a piece and get the jump ball called. As Workin will come in for Garrett Hilchey. Huntington way downtown, no good. Loose ball, and they'll call the foul on Lotus. And Lotus almost coming to blows. Brink trying to intervene between Jonathan Cobb and Chris Lotus. See Lotus that time getting excellent position down in the box, asking for the basketball, and his teammates seem a little reluctant to give him the ball down low, and that, to me, just shows a sign of the Wildcats not having the confidence in Lotus. He's shown he can play down there, and he's scored double figures in a couple of games, and seems like Lennon and the rest of the bunch just a little hesitant to give him the ball down there where he should really get the ball when he's got that kind of position. Your big man works on the box and gets that kind of low post position, he should get the basketball. That's my opinion. We welcome yours. Vogel kicks back for Lennon, and he'll reset the offense. Castleton State, very aggressive 2-3 zone. Lennon goes in, has it blocked. They go down low for Brink. Brink shot up. And I believe the foul will be called on Derek Vogel. Brink makes both free throws, and it's a one-point game, 54-53. Castleton State back into a man defense. Go down low to Workin. Workin up, draws the foul. There's the case. Workin had good low post position, and he got the basketball. Workin makes both free throws. It's 56-53. Foul called on Workin. Aaron McClure sits down, picking up his fourth personal foul. So foul called on Moore. So an offensive foul. Wildcats get the ball back. Castleton State changing their defense almost every possession, going from man back to zone, and the man and Vogel partially blocked, still has enough strength to get it up. Won't fall as Parker pushes it up the floor. Sweeney goes back out for Parker. Parker will take it and gets the nice roll. Corey McClure goes in, and he'll draw the foul. McClure makes them both, and it's 58-55 as this game has moved to the free throw line. Both teams getting the bulk of their scoring here from the free throw line in the last couple of minutes. Parker working on Huntington. Shot missed. Lennon gets the long rebound. Goes out for Vogel. Vogel takes it baseline, and a blocking foul will be called on number 12, Matt Moore. And again, points coming from the free throw line as Vogel makes his first. (60-55), Westbrook College back on top by 5. The Wildcats go to a 1-3-1 zone defense. Lennon with a nice steal. Going up and in. Great move, Andy Lennon. He had Werkin trailing. I thought he was going to lay it back for Werkin. The senior decided to take it for himself. Inside for Higgins. Higgins all alone and gets the good roll. Vogel loses it at feet, but gets it back. Vogel coming baseline, backdoor, catches and drops it in. Junior All-American, and he'll be back on that squad again this year. And that is nationwide All-American Division III basketball. Nice move on the baseline by Brink, switching to the left hand, but it won't go down. Vogel's baseball pass for Huntington is there. Fakes the pass, takes it, and won't go down. Werkin, though, keeps it alive. Long rebound comes off for Sweeney. Scott Sweeney will take the long bomb. Bang! Werkin goes into the bleachers trying to block that one. Sweeney pulls his green Spartans back within 4 with the 3. 64-60. Huntington tries to answer. He can't. Ball tipped out, and Andy Lennon tracks it down. He'll take. No good. Corey McClure Double pumping and gets it down. 66-60, 9:40 to go. Sweeney takes another. This time won't go. McClure wanted the jump ball. He doesn't get it. Instead draws the foul as Hilchey and Lotus come back in. Westbrook College really starting to show signs of body problems. Bad back for Matt Mackey, the freshman from Thomaston. He's been unable to go so far this year. Nosek now lost for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Davies has been out, academically ineligible. He'll be back hopefully at the end of next week. Time for the Christmas tournaments and the second half of the season. Nate Estee, senior, has been troubled all season with various injuries. Lotus turnaround jump hook, no good. Vogel, the rebound, goes up, got it. Derek Vogel going to the boards as hard as I've ever seen him go to the offensive glass. He is really going to the window, and it's working. Nice jump hook from Lotus, though. That guy's got a lot of offensive moves, and if he sticks around and plays again next year, he could really make an impact here for the Wildcats next year. Of course, they will lose both Lennon and Vogel, along with Corey McClure, Nate Estee. So, Wildcats are going to lose some real talent from this team. LaRoche, long three, no good. Rebound, Hilchey. Hilchey able to control. Wildcats up-tempoing. Lead by 7. Hilchey. Coaching staff miffed, as I was. Looked like a nice catch, step, and the shot. In the NBA, you wouldn't even be looked at. You get another 4 steps before they're going to call a travel. Huntington almost a steal on Casarino. (69-62). LaRoche driving in and shuffle down pass for Cobb, and they're going to count it and call a foul. Foul on Lotus. So Wildcats now with only 8 men and 2 players with 4 fouls. Shot missed, Vogel the rebound. They go down low to Lotus. Lotus working up, no good. Rebound. Taken out of there by the Spartans. There's Nystrom. And I believe Lotus now has fouled out. 69-65 as Lennon walks it up. Inside pass for Workin. Up around his face, couldn't handle it. Timeout called, and Wildcats will reconvene with 6:50 to go in regulation. They lead 69-65.
I want to put Steven on the top of the zone, okay? And this, you okay? No, yeah, you bleeding?
No.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do is that I want you to make the entry pass, okay? Dribble, penetrate, make the entry pass. If you get the three right off the top, and take it. If you've got it, if you haven't, then look inside. Just the only thing I'm asking you is just keep your hands out, okay? While you're out there, okay? Okay. No problem. Now listen. This is a huge possession because we need to get a good shot up this time, okay? So let's go gap, and you can crash the boards. I don't care. I mean we got a foul to give before they get two, okay? So let's be energized right here. All set?
No threes. They're going to try to get some up. Let's get out and extend.
Here we go. This
Man to man, post up against the zone. You got one dribble into the gap, shot.
Gerald.
It'll be Wildcat basketball as Eric Workin will inbound. Wildcats out with Hilchey, Workin, Vogel, Huntington, and Lennon. Huntington a three ball. Hasn't made one yet today. Workin goes strong to the glass but can't convert. Steve Huntington has been a good outside shooter for Westbrook College and today has struggled. Brink loses it out of bounds, so turnover right back. Assistant coach Mike Johnson imploring Huntington to keep taking that shot. Nice pass, and Hilchey can't get it down. Down low for Cobb, kicks back, Brink thinks, and decides not. Cobb, nice spin move. Lennon rips it away from teammate Workin. Lennon had 11 rebounds in a game earlier this year. Count them, matching his number. Vogel a three ball, got it! DV taking his first three. Foul down low, I believe, on Hilchey. Vogel has been passing up the long shot here today, and he's been really stupendous from behind the arc so far this season. That time there decides to take it and gives the Wildcats the 7-point lead and gives himself points 29, 30, and 31. So he was averaging a game before his 12-point performance against Farmington. Free throw missed. It's 72-65. Cross court again for Vogel. Lennon will take the three. Long and Workin, can't quite get the rebound. LaRoche spin dribble, pump. Lennon stands in dismay, as does the coaching staff. Looked like excellent defense by Andy Lennon. .505 to play. This game strategically winds down. Both coaches trying to offset each other's scoring. And Wildcats with limited number of bodies, and one player fouled out, another with 4 fouls, and Coach Graffam in a quagmire here. Free throw missed again, so 1 of 2 made, and Castle State starting to struggle from the stripe. Ball thrown, and Vogel able to retain. Wildcats turn it over. Foul will be called on Corey McClure. McClure's 3rd personal. Brink makes them both, and he'll sit down as Jonathan Cobb checks in. So Castle State out with Casarino, LaRoche, Higgins, Cobb, and Parker. Vogel goes baseline. They say, I believe he lost it. Let's see. Oh, foul called out on top. This conference matchup getting 3 officials here today. Vogel with big free throws here. It's now a 74-68 lead for the Wildcats. They find Casarino open for the 3. No good, and Corey McClure the rebound. Andy Lennon gets the ball for him, high-fives him. And Andy Lennon, such a clutch player. When it comes down to crunch time, he usually steps up and does something big. We're coming down to crunch time. Under 4 minutes to go. Corey McClure goes in, doesn't go down, fights for his own rebound. He's got it up, and he's blocked. They call a foul on Castleton State. I got to be a little bit miffed, dismayed, and disheartened. Tough call inside the paint. Looked like a clean block down low. Corey McClure, the 6'4" senior out of Lisbon, Maine, psychology major, wants to go into coaching after his playing days finish up here this year in his studies at Westbrook College. Wants to stay in the college ranks, and he's played much better as of late. And McClure makes 2 big free throws, and the lead is 8 with 3:40 to go. Parker, a 3-ball. Long. Andy Lennon up, rebounding. Amazing. Wildcats now look to use a little bit of clock. Vogel going baseline, turning, working. Long, Parker the rebound. Goes off of Casarino, goes in with the land of the Giants, doesn't go down, and guess who's got another rebound? No cause for concern, Coach Graffam. Your big men are in foul trouble. You've lost 6'4" Ben Nosek. Don't worry about it. You got 5'10" Andy Lennon. And now big free throws here for Lennon, and this is where Lennon usually will come through for you. He has problems at the line occasionally, but crunch time he usually comes up big. In defense of Lennon and myself, Andy Lennon describes crunch time under 3 minutes. It's 3:06. One of two for Lennon. 77-68. LaRoche on a push. Goes in the corner. Sweeney, three. Oh, he's been terrific. Scott Sweeney. I believe that's his fourth here in the contest. It's at least his third. And it's quickly a 6-point game again. Lennon in trouble. Gets it off for Aaron McClure. Gets it back. LaRoche really stepping up his defense. The seniors battling each other. Eric Workin gonna get called for the foul against him. He will go to the free throw line. Matt Parker picks up his fourth foul and 2.5 to go. Could be crucial. Parker, one of the go-to guys, but again, Coach Blake has so many guys he can go to, especially long-range shooters. LaRoche, Casarino, Sweeney, and Eric Workin misses a big free throw. One of two. It's a 7-point lead. Wildcats go man. The lob down low. Block and a travel, yes. I was going to say, everyone held their breath in this gymnasium and say, my God, that looked like a block and a travel. And that's exactly what the officials saw. A great call down low. My eyesight shredded through the bodies and couldn't really see it clean. Lennon in trouble. Gets it up for Aaron McClure. McClure dribbling through, going down for his brother Corey. Corey will retreat and get it back to his point guard. And LaRoche will be called for the pull and the grab. And again, if you're Castleton State, Lennon, a guy to foul. But now we are in crunch time, and we'll see how Andy Lennon responds. Again, visibly upset. Lennon with a Tasmanian devil tattooed on his chest. Did that last year. Taz, meaning tenacious. The Melrose kid again collects one of two. 79-71. A minute 50 to play. First place in the Mayflower Conference up for grabs. And LaRoche's shot high up and hits the supports of the basket, and it'll be Wildcat basketball. Wildcats got a man open long. Vogel now will dribble out of traffic. Nice crossover dribble. Vogel finds McClure in the corner, and the Wildcats say, let's use the shot clock. Now Castleton State has to go man-to-man. And again, LaRoche now collects his fourth foul, so Andy Lennon, timeout called, 79-71 with a minute 31 to go. You're watching Westbrook College basketball on the WC television network. Let's listen in to Coach JimGraffam.
All right, Corey, you take it out every time, and we got 2 timeouts left. I want full horsemen because here.
Are you on ball side or my ball side?
No.
5 minutes, right?
5 man's on ball
Okay,
side.
I thought you
5 man is on ball side. Okay. Now listen. All you gotta do is make some foul shots. This game is ours. Do not foul down here. Just play good defense. That was awesome friggin' defense on that last play. Okay. So we need to do that. Now listen to me. The clock is the enemy. So I want to go double high. Try not to dribble too much because they're liable to double team and do all that sort of stuff. So take 3 dribbles and get rid of the ball. You guys that are on the post, remember, if you're opposite the ball and he picks it up, you got to come get it, give it right back to him. Right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Come on.
Go. Hey, everybody
1, 2, 3.
rebound. We've dominated the board.
Eric, Troy, hold on to the ball.
Again, Westbrook College timeout handled in the very positive fashion. Minute 31, 8-point lead, and especially not safe against the long bomb shooting of Castleton State. Sweeney, LaRoche, Parker, Brink, and Higgins on the floor, and 3 out of those 5 can certainly hit from downtown. Lennon makes the first. Andy Lennon makes them both. And it's a 10-point lead, 81-71. Aaron McClure with 4 fouls, and Sweeney way downtown. My goodness, that kid is unconscious. Somebody check for a pulse. Look at Sweeney. My God. He just caught and launched and shot that from his hip. Brought a couple of snowflakes inside the Findlay Recreation Center. And you get a look at head coach Dave Blake working the timeout. And he's not giving up, certainly, when he's got the likes of Scott Sweeney, Alan LaRoche, Matt Parker. He can go to the bench and bring in a couple more. Jason Casarino not in right now, but he struggled today, and now you switch back over to Westbrook College as their 10-point lead quickly knocked to 7. But again, it'll be the free throw line in Westbrook College having to get it done at the line. It's more than likely Castleton State now will try to play the tenacious defense, try to come up with a quick steal, but if they don't, within 10 to 15 seconds, they'll probably look to foul. Full court pressure, and Wildcats come into Andy Lennon. Lennon triple teamed, and he's bumped, and the foul, I believe, it's on Brink, his 3rd personal, and 2 free throws for Lennon into the double bonus. Lennon 4 for his last 6 at the line. Wildcats leaving the door open just a crack here. 1 of 2 again for Lennon. 8-point game, 82-74 as we go under a minute 10. LaRoche sliding and gliding. Derek Vogel the rebound in traffic, and he'll get fouled from behind, and it's on Alan LaRoche, and the senior will sit down, having fouled out in potentially his last performance here in the Portland area. An outstanding collegiate player. LaRoche, the 5'8" senior from Colchester, Vermont. Fouling out after another strong performance. Chad Downs replaces him. And Vogel now at the free throw line. Vogel again, buries them both. And a 10-point lead. Once again, 84-74. Sweeney reluctant to take it. He's the guy they need, and this time it's Parker, and he'll make one. And another timeout. So it was Yogi Berra who once said, it ain't over till it's over. And Castleton State gonna give it every attempt here, and with their intense outside shooting can certainly hang tough.
Leg lock him like that, and then you just throw the ball on the floor and you go get it, okay? So all it is just a reverse pivot, right? Now, if he doesn't have that, I want to get the ball in, and I'd like to get the ball into Derek's hands if we can, or Stephen or Anthony or whoever, but just so we can make these fouls. You know they're going to foul you, so don't let the ball get out of your hands, okay? Hang on to the basketball. Try not to dribble once and then go. Come on, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Wildcats will look to go deep on the initial inbounds pass here. If they don't have it, of course, they'll get it into number 11, Andy Lennon. I believe it's working. They want to send long. And actually, they put Jason Wynn in at midcourt to protect against that, so the Wildcats won't be able to. Working, attacked, and beaten. James Wynn, the sophomore from North Springfield, Vermont, commits the foul, and Working at the free throw line. He has struggled just a bit from the line today. Big free throw from the junior, out of Montpelier, Vermont. Makes them both. Again, time, the Wildcats got to force Castleton State to use up some clock here. Parker launching the three with a man on him, missing. Tipped up, Corey McClure the rebound, and he'll get whacked by Wynn. And that'll send Corey McClure to the free throw line with the lead 86-77, 9 points in 34 seconds. Wildcats looking better and looking to stay on top of the Mayflower Conference. Corey McClure makes one of two. Lead once again, 10, as Garrett Hilchey replaces the senior Corey McClure, and he gets a good round of applause from his teammates. And down under 30 seconds, Sweeney looking for some picks, goes in the corner and throws it away. And that should just about end Castleton State's chances here in this one. Westbrook College timeout used by Workin, and Westbrook College will rehash one more time with 26.3 to go and the lead 87-77. And again, you look at the circle of Wildcats. Head coach JimGraffam in the middle, Bruce Bowers on the right, and assistant coach Mike Johnson leaning in over the shoulder of Workin and Vogel.
But I want you to start down here just so we can spread out the defense, okay? We need to get the ball in. They're going to foul you immediately, okay? So hang on to this doggone thing.
V-cut, come right back to the ball.
1, 2, 3.
Run right through your pass.
If I'm Westbrook College, I'd like to see the ball in the hands of Vogel as quickly as possible. If someone's going to get fouled, it'd be nice if it was him. They go to Vogel. Vogel smacked and whacked and got one in the eye, looks like, as he winces his right eye. So the Wildcats will improve to 5-3. 3-0 in the Mayflower Conference, and hosting Linden State tomorrow afternoon right here at the Findlay Recreation Center. We'll be back along with you for that one. Vogel 1 of 2. Rare miss from the free throw line for Vogel. Sweeney again way outside. If that one falls, somebody call the press. Vogel with a rebound. He's fouled again. Wildcats will move to 4-0 on the Westbrook College Television Network. Every time we've been along, they've been victorious. So good thing going on there. And it'll be a sweep for the Wildcats. The women prevailing today 73-63 behind the play of the big three. Chris Grillen 15, 14 apiece for Veronica Scott and Jocelyn Paris. Great performance, and they move to 3-0 in the conference to the Lady Wildcats, as the men do. And Derek Vogel sits down with 30-something, in the mid-30s scoring-wise. Vogel again. The All-American performance from the All-American. Outside shot hit. My goodness, Chad Downs finds the range from outside with 5 seconds to go, and it's a 10-point game. And they'll foul Steve Huntington. Huntington will go to the free throw line, I believe it. Chance to collect his first points of the day. I don't think anyone from the bench has scored here today. Hilchey, Huntington, or Lotus. Huntington, at least if that was the case, takes care of that. It's been the starting 5. And again, the undermanned Westbrook College team without the services of Nate Esty, Ben Nosek. Parker will take the bomb, and from about 40 feet almost makes it. The Wildcats victorious. Excellent performance once again. Clutch performance down the stretch, and great rivalry between these two teams. A lot of respect from both clubs as you see the handshakes and the appreciation of the performance. Final 92-80. We'll take a quick pause and we'll come back with our stats and post-game interviews. You're watching the Westbrook College Television Network. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with cameraman Steve Poulos. The Wildcats improved to 3-0 inside the Mayflower Conference, 5-3 overall with a 92-80 victory over the Castleton State Spartans. And again, led by their All-American Derek Vogel. Vogel finishing the afternoon with 38 points, 16 in the first half and 22 coming in the second half. And great performance by Vogel, and also the starting 5 really getting it done today. Limited bench power for the Wildcats, and Andy Lennon stepping up his offensive performance, chipping in with 17 points. Eric Werkin, steady improvement on the offensive scoring department. He had 15. Corey McClure, another steady improvement, getting back to a place he was earlier on in the year. 13 points for Corey McClure, 7 for Aaron, and Steve Huntington getting 2 points, the only bench player to score for Westbrook College. Of course, they only had 3 players to go to. Looking at Castleton State, of course, their scoring, they were led by their go-to guy, once again, Parker, leading the way with him with 22 points. And chipping in with 14 was LaRoche. Sweeney had 12, those long-range threes. Thought he had 5, but he had 4. All of his points coming from behind the arc. And as they fall, actually now they've corrected the score, 92-79, the official final here. There's discrepancies in the book and from the scorer's table. So officially it's 92-79, and the Wildcats, again, 5-3 overall and 3-0 in the conference. They get ready to do battle once again tomorrow against Linden State, another conference matchup, and Castleton State victorious over them the other night. So should be a game Westbrook College can handle, but we never say that when inside the Mayflower Conference or at the collegiate level. These games are always contested, well played, and on any given day, we can see what can happen. So from the final stats standpoint, that'll do it for us. We'll take one more break, come back with post-game interviews. We got the McClure brothers lined up for you. The two from Lisbon, Corey and Aaron, with us right after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper being joined by the McClure brothers, Aaron and Corey. We'll start with younger brother Aaron. 7 points today and a tough performance once again. Castleton State, a very tough team. They hung with you throughout the game. What's the difference going down the stretch? It seems like you guys are really able to keep teams away down the stretch.
Well, we definitely pick up our energy against big teams like this. We haven't come up big in the last few games. And down in the locker room, we knew we had to come out with intensity, and just we were all fired up.
Consistent play throughout for yourself. Again, defensively, you're always asked to cover their go-to guy. The big dunk today, though, that was a crowd pleaser once again. You've had numerous on the season. Is there something going on in the locker room? They're talking about your dunks. They're starting to have a strong reputation around here.
Well, I don't know. It gets me fired up when I get a dunk, and then I just play harder after that. And I like it because the whole crowd gets into it, and the whole team gets into it, and everyone's fired up after a dunk. On anyone's dunk. Warnken had a couple today. It's a crowd pleaser, and it gets everyone riled up.
All right, Corey, great performance today, 13 points. Your point production starting to improve. You've really picked up your offensive game and steady performance. What's going on for you, and what is it? Is it just getting your confidence back?
Well, I've tried to make a conscious effort of playing harder on the defensive end of my game and not worry about my offense, which I had been worrying about in the past 3 years. And, you know, where there's Derek, I, and Andy, and Nate, you know, the 4 seniors on this team, I'm just trying to be a leader and be a consistent leader on and off the court. That's all I'm trying to do.
And of course today, limited bodies for you guys. You only had 3 guys coming off the bench. The starters scoring all but 2 points in today's performance. Was that a concern of you guys at all, not having the bench to go to?
Well, it was, because in past games we haven't had the consistent play coming off the bench, and we just need to keep everybody into the game, and that's something that's been a concern the last few games for us.
Now, what is it like playing with your younger brother? Of course, you guys played together at Lisbon High School, and now you come to Westbrook College. And what's it like when you see your younger brother get up there and jam one in and just playing alongside of him?
Oh, I love it. It's a great feeling. I'm going to miss the next 2 years. You know, I got a chance to play with him 2 years in high school, and the last 2 years here, and it's something I'll never forget. It's been great.
All right, it's great having you here playing for Westbrook College. Great performance today, guys, and another big victory for Westbrook College. The McClure brothers, as we wrap up another great game by Westbrook College, they've improved to 3-0 inside the conference, 5-3 overall with a 90-79 victory. For my partner, Steve Poulos and Ron Crosby, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. We'll see you again real soon.